Hello and welcome back to Bella La Moda. Today's video is going to be about eyebrows. So I'm going to do two videos. This one is going to be about the products that I use and talk about just general upkeep of eyebrows. And my next one is going to be a tutorial of how I do my eyebrows. My eyebrows used to be a really kind of sore subject for me because I've always had really thin sparse ones due to none other than my own fault of over plucking. I always kind of hated doing them because I could never get them to match or get them to look nice, but recently I've been really enjoying filling them in, getting them to look nice, and I'm proud to say that I no longer pluck as much as I did. I leave it to once a week, which is amazing for me because I used to pluck every day. Bad, I know, but that's how we got to the state that they were. In terms of general upkeep of my brows, like I said, I pluck them once a week, but that is literally just in the middle here, just to get rid of any stray ones that may appear. I get my eyebrows tinted every 6 to 8 weeks, and I like them quite dark, as you can probably see. My natural colour is quite fair-ish. It obviously goes with my hair colour, but my eyebrows are quite sparse, as I said, due to over plucking. So I find that tinting them just kind of fills them in a bit more and means I have to use less of a pencil. I have tried HD brows. I will link the post to that below so that you can see the photos and the difference between having it done and before and after. I did really enjoy that and I am wanting to do it again. My consultant at the time did tell me to go on a regrowth program, so that's what I'm currently doing at the moment, hence why I'm only tinting in between and leaving all the plucking alone. I had my HD brow treatment about 2 months ago now. My eyebrows haven't grown ferociously out of order. They haven't been too bad. I'd say they're reasonably tame, although I will be looking to go and probably get threading done. Obviously you can get your eyebrows waxed or you can get them threaded. It's entirely up to you. I prefer a mixture of the two because I really feel like I get the perfect shape to suit my face then. So obviously I fill my eyebrows in every day. I kind of feel like I'm very bare if I don't. So to start off with those, I always make sure I have clean eyebrows, and then I will just brush through them and try and tame them if there are any stray hairs with a eyebrow brush. I use this more fluffy side here as I find that the bristles kind of just comb through and help tame them. Next product that I use is an eyebrow pencil. I, again, really like my eyebrows dark, so obviously go with what works best for you and the kind of intensity that you like for your eyebrows. I tend to kind of stick to the same one. As you all know, it's the Miss Sporty Kohl eyeliner, and this is in the shade 18. Obviously it's quite a dark one, as you can see here. I'll just pop some on my hand. That's the colour there, so it's quite dark. But then it's not too dark from my hair that they kind of stand out and look weird. I then go in with an eyeshadow. I use an eyeshadow just to kind of fill them in a bit more and to give it more of a natural, softer look so that it doesn't look too drawn on. The colour that I normally use is quite a dark one, and it's from my Sephora IT Palette, and it's this one just here, as I found that that kind of matches with the rest of the colours that I use, such as like my eyebrow pencil and the gel that I use. After those two steps and they're roughly filled in, I then go in just to make sure that it stays put for most of the day and that the eyebrow hairs stay tame. I will use the Maybelline Brow Drama. Obviously you can use a clear gel, it's entirely up to you and what you prefer. I just really like this one because there's a little bit of colour in it and it's a really good formula and stays put all day. It has a really nice kind of thin brush to it that's kind of tapered for your eyebrows so that you can really get in and shape them to how you like. It also evenly distributes the product throughout your hairs, and it's one of those formulas that isn't cakey or crusty and leaves your eyebrows feeling like they're not going to move and they've been stuck on. If I have had a tint done recently, I tend to go for the dark brown shade. If I'm kind of in between tints, I will normally go with the medium brown shade, so I do have two of these to kind of alternate between, varying on where I am in my tint cycle. Again, I will go into more detail of how I fill in my eyebrows. Some people may think that 4 products is a lot. That's just how I prefer to do them. Some people out there are lucky and can just get away with using a clear eyebrow gel. I would love to be able to do that, but as you know, due to over plucking, I don't have a lot of hair, and intensity of colour there, so I do have to fill mine in, sadly. If you are like me and are an over plucker in the past, or currently are in a position where you've over plucked and you want to know how to grow them back in, you can obviously see my before and after photos from my HD brow treatment, and I personally felt that there was a dramatic difference between having it done and not having it done. It's something I would always recommend. Obviously the results are different to each person, and your consultant will talk you through what is best and ideal for you, and as well as a regrowth program. Personally for me, I lived by 2 steps. Number 1 was to stop plucking altogether. That solves the problem. Even plucking one hair where you shouldn't can then interfere with the growth of the hairs in the surrounding areas. So that can then knock your growth cycle out and stop hair growing for a while. Number 2 would be to apply oil every night. Now I don't know if this is a definite tip, but it's worked for me. What I do is I just pop a bit of oil onto my fingers and then massage it into my eyebrow hairs and then leave it overnight. I found that it's been giving me fuller brows, and my hairs have been growing back stronger and thicker, and they have been growing back faster. So it's a tip that I would recommend trying out if you're at your wit's end. I can't guarantee it's going to work, but obviously if you're like me, you were desperate, you'll try anything. If you have any tips for how to make your eyebrows go faster, please do leave them below in the comments. I read all of the comments and I would love to hear some of your guys' tips. Like I mentioned earlier, I will show you how to fill in your brows like I do next week in my tutorial. Otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to make sure that you don't miss next week's eyebrow tutorial video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!